Yeah, confirmation of who this terrorist suspect shot dead is. He was Sudesh Amman, who was from Harrow in North London, a man who was jailed in December of 2018 for the possession of extremist material, also the possession of some bomb-making materials. Actually, the authorities were so concerned about his extremist proclivities that within 24 hours of being alerted to his activities, they had moved in and arrested him. Then he was jailed and released just halfway through that rather short sentence back out on the streets just relatively recently. What we don't know is what the particular restrictions around his release from prison were, whether he was subject to any kind of a curfew, whether he was denied access to the internet and allowed to only associate with people who are not known extremists. Those are normally the types of restrictions for a number of terrorist offenders. It depends, of course, on the seriousness of the offences they were originally jailed for. Despite the concerns over him, he was jailed for offences which were at the lower end of the scheme, the terrorist scale of things. So it wasn't attack planning as such, but certainly deemed to be a dangerous individual. He was put under, we understand, surveillance relatively recently, but that was uptick to involve armed officers as well when they became more concerned about his potential for violence. But still, of course, the question to be answered this evening is why he was allowed out into the street in a public area with armed officers following him, obviously then to go on and carry out an attack. Did the police have any inclination as to whether this attack was imminent? And if that's the case, why didn't they move in, intervene earlier and arrest him? It's always a balancing act for the authorities. Go too early, you risk not getting enough evidence to put before the courts and put him back in prison. Go too late, and potentially you could be looking at this type of situation here. So those questions still to be answered.